Hey, this is April, and this show, SetSet Show, discusses cannabis, psychedelics, and altered states of consciousness generally. It's intended for audiences 21 and over. Also, I am not a medical expert. If you are looking to engage with psychedelic substances, please consult your physician before doing so. Welcome back. I'm April Pride, and this is SetSet. It's a space where we take psychedelics and cannabis seriously and all of the ways in which they can improve our lives and what we should know in order to use them in the safest, most optimal way. And today we are celebrating our 100th episode. And so I wanted to make this episode all about you, our loyal listeners, and specifically share some of the glowing reviews about this show that we get. And if you've been listening to our show for a while and have yet to leave a review, please consider doing so wherever you listen to podcasts. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, give us a heart on Spotify. Like I said today, we're celebrating 100 episodes. That's 100 conversations about altered states of consciousness brought on by cannabis and psychedelics. And while attitudes and advertisements, I don't know if you're getting all the advertisements for mushroom gummies, etc. in your Instagram feed. While they're becoming more relaxed, education around these topics is more critical than ever. From the beginning, SetSet has been about cutting through the noise and giving you evidence-based, accessible, and most importantly, practical education. Because whether you're a total newbie or a seasoned explorer, you deserve trustworthy, straightforward, meaning easy to understand, information. One thing has become painfully clear after 100 episodes is even as psychedelics enter mainstream conversations, clear, science-backed education is still lacking. People are desperate for honest, digestible information because we're up against decades of stigma, misinformation, and confusion. Take ketamine, for example. One listener wrote, "The ketamine series is," and this is in all caps, "the most awesome resource I've yet found," end of all caps, on the topic. I struggled to get straightforward answers even from my MD provider at times. This series was, all caps, beyond, end of all caps, helpful. That right there, that's the gap that SetSet is filling here on the show and at our monthly Psychedelic Salon here in Seattle. And this Monday, so March 3rd, we are going to have our salon Psychedelics and Depression featuring licensed family and marriage therapist Galen Burke and Dr. Darcy Constance, who works with ketamine as part of her medical practice. So if you are listening and you live in or near Seattle, and you're curious about how psychedelics are revolutionizing mental health care specifically for depression, join me at the next session of Psychedelic Salon on this Monday, March 3rd at Town Hall, Seattle. We'll dive into the latest clinical findings on how psychedelics like psilocybin, ketamine, and most recently DMT are being used or researched to treat depression. Seats are limited. Visit the link in the show notes of this episode to reserve your tickets today. We take the science, the protocols, and the lived experiences, and we make them make sense. Because whether it's microdosing psilocybin, integrating transformative LSD journey, or simply understanding how cannabis works with your body, education is empowerment. Here's what listeners said about the impact of this show. This show has the answers. Lots of deep dive information for more experienced consumers as well. Thank you, April and team, for helping this boomer's research. I look forward to every podcast. See, you can teach new tricks, and we're honored to be part of that journey. Lady cannabis newbies, this pod is for you. Also dude friendly, doesn't talk down, also gets to the point. Well done, April Pride, exclamation. Exactly the goal. No fluff, no gatekeeping, just real talk. And yes, this show is dude friendly, as is our monthly Psychedelic Salon. Education isn't just about answering questions, though. It's about giving people the confidence to explore safely, intentionally, and in ways that serve their personal growth. And then there's integration, because taking the medicine is just the beginning. As one listener put it perfectly, as a certified transformational and psycho-spiritual coach, I completely commend SetSet's focus surrounding the absolute importance of integration. We're not here to hype up psychedelics as a magic bullet. We're here to help you understand that the real work happens after the trip, when you take what you've learned and bring it into your daily life. That's why SetSet offers psychedelic integration cards, programs, and clinician-created medicine guides, because this isn't about chasing peak experiences. It's about real, sustainable transformation. And transformation does not happen overnight, right? You might have to listen to 100 episodes. You might have to listen to 100 more and figure out what's going to click, what might work for you. So 100 episodes in, and we're just getting started. The next one, more expert insights, more harm reduction education, more support to help you navigate these experiences with confidence. And we're going to have some cool new guests, because whether you're just dipping your toes in or you've been exploring for years, there's always more to learn, and there are always more interesting people. Keep listening, keep asking questions, and keep sharing. As one listener put it, thank you, April, for my weekly education on psychedelics and cannabis. I don't feel alone in my exploration anymore. And that's why we do this. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the world of ketamine, be sure to check out the show notes to link to SetSet's comprehensive ketamine guide, a clinician-backed resource available in both PDF and audio that covers candidate criteria, dosing, methods of administration, contraindications, science, history, and more. The SetSet website has this resource available for purchase and download, as well as DIY guides for psilocybin and microdosing. Thank you for joining me for today's 100th episode. I'm your host, April Pride. If you liked what you heard, please rate and review SetSet Show wherever you listen. It really does help more people find our show. And a special offer just for our podcast listeners. Enter discount code SHOW20, that's SHOW20, for 20% off at checkout on SetSet's psychedelic cards. Think of these like set and setting in a box. So check out the link in the show notes and make your next journey extraordinary.